Hello, everyone. I'm back. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Design. So, thanks so much for joining me for session two. So, in this particular session, we are going to focus on making some Christmas cards. And what I thought I would do is just kind of showcase one of the bonus card ideas from each of my Christmas card making classes. So, I have linked in the description with this video, I have a link to the Christmas card classes that I am offering this year. So, I will be featuring the Peaceful Deer and the Frosted Gingerbread and Tidings of Christmas. So, the Tidings of Christmas one actually was a Christmas in July class that I did with my good friend Linda. So, I thought I would bring it back right now since we're in the process of making Christmas cards. So, hello, everybody. So, what I'm going to do is just share one of the bonus ideas from each of my Christmas card classes. So, in my classes, there's a total of 8 different card ideas, and I offer a card making kit, which with each of the classes. So, the first 4 cards in the tutorial that I put together are cards that we will make in the class. And then the last 4 card ideas in the tutorial are just bonus ideas to use with your bundle to make additional cards. So these are some of the bonus ideas. So I'm going to show you how to make each of these cards. And like I said, you can find more information by clicking on the link that I included in the description with this video. So let's start. I'm going to move these out of the way here. We're going to start with the frosted gingerbread. So, what I thought I would do for class this year is really focus on using some of the memory and more cards. So, I don't know if you're familiar with those. So, I'll show you some of them. It's a pack of little cards. They have designs on them front and back. And you can use these for scrapbooking. You can use them to make Christmas cards, however you want to use them. So I decided this year that I was going to focus on using these particular cards in one of my classes. So there's just a lot of different designs in here. And then there's some little stickers in here too. So I'm going to show you a little trick on how to use these stickers without the sticky on it. So I'll show you that. So these cards are just a lot of fun, very much like designer paper, except they're just in a card format, I guess. So the other thing with the memory and more cards, there's some regular card bases like this, card bases and coordinating envelopes. So these are the envelopes, and they're really cute. So I decided that I would start out with making one of these so that you can see how cute these are and how fun they are. So this is what the card base looks like before it's decorated. So it's got a really cute little frame on it. And then the inside, of course, is just blank. Now this card is actually a little bigger than your standard card. So I'm just going to bring the standard card over so you can see the difference. So it's the same width. It's just a little bit longer. So it matches up really nicely with the memory and more cards. Okay, so what I did is just cut a few pieces from the different cards that were in the memory and more card pack. And then besides the little, these little pieces that come in the pack or these little cards that come in the pack, they also have other little embellishments that you can use on your cards. So I have this little embellishment that we're going to put right here. And then they, of course, have some stickers. So before we get started making this card, I want to show you a fun way to use stickers. So I like to pop things up on the card. And you can't do that when it's a sticker because it's too sticky. It'll stick down to the card when you try to pop it up. So I just use a little embossing buddy and just kind of remove that sticky stuff from the back of my sticker. That way, then I can use it to, pop up on the card and use it as a little embellishment or little focal point. So I know I've showed you this before, but I just want to remind you that this is an option. And this little embossing buddy removes all that sticky stuff from the back of your sticker so that you can put more sticky stuff on it. but in a different fashion. So I'm just gonna, I have removed all that sticker stuff and I'm just gonna add some dimensionals here. That way I can use this little mitt and pop it up on the card. So there's a little tip for you. All right, so I'm gonna move this out of the way for a second here. I'm gonna bring in some scrap paper because the first thing I wanna do is just adhere this little rack down to my card base. So I just use a little sponge and a little bit of glue. I do this with my die cut shapes too. And then you just kind of blot it on, and then you don't have, glue oozing through your die cut image. So we'll go ahead and put this on. And then it dries really quick too. So, all right, so now we have that in place. And then I just took some of the cards in this particular pack and I just cut off little pieces from the card to use as just kind of little layers, I guess, on my card. So this first piece is just 4 inches long and it's 3/4 inches wide. So I'm just going to add that on there. So I like to cut the memory and more cards apart and use them on my cards in different ways. And these just happen to be some scrap pieces that I had. So then this piece is just 3 inches long and it's a 1/2 inch wide. So I'm going to add this on there. Now you don't have to cut these cards apart like I do. You can use them, just whole. I'll show you the other cards when I get done making this one. And then we'll go ahead and we will add our little mitt. This cute little sticker. So we'll add that. And then I already took the stickiness off of this little spatula or flipper, whatever you call it. I don't know what the term is. So we'll add this. And then the other thing I did is I used one of the greetings here from this particular card, and I just cut it out so that I could use it as a greeting on this card. So like I said, I like to just kind of, cut these cards apart a little bit and use the different pieces in different ways. But you don't have to cut these cards apart because they actually fit perfectly on, they fit perfectly on these memory and more cards, the card bases, obviously without that cut. All right, so let me just get a couple dimensionals here and pop this up. And that's how easy this little card is. So you can just kind of get creative with all the little fun things that are in these card packs. So we'll just pop that up and then you have a cute little card. And on the inside, I just used up some more scraps and then stamped a little message on the inside. So very easy, very quick and simple. And I lost my little gems. Where'd they go? Here they are. I'm going to just add a couple little gems onto this card real quick. So these are the wonderful, what are they called? Wonderful gems. They're kind of like glittery. So we'll just add a couple on there. And there we go. Cute. Cute little cards, just something different. And I'm going to show you the other cards from the class. So this is what I'm featuring, the frosted gingerbread. You can find the Memory and More cards and these card bases all within that suite of products. So this is what the stamp set looks like. And then there's a coordinating die set as well with this particular bundle. But here's some of the other cards that I created. And these are some of the cards that are featured in my class. So these are all pieces that were cut from those Memory and More cards and little stickers that I changed into embellishments to create just some really cute little cards for Christmas. So if you like the gingerbread suite and you like all that paper, these are just really fun and simple cards to create. So that's the first class. And let me grab this next one. Whoops. So this is the Tidings of Christmas bundle. So this is actually in the annual catalog. This isn't in that little mini catalog. And Linda Anderson and I did a class in July featuring this particular product suite. And so I wanted just to bring it back for Christmas. So this is what the stamp set looks like. And then there's coordinating dies in this particular set that go along with the stamp set. So for this particular class, this is one of the bonus card ideas. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. So for this one, we're going to start with just a piece of white cardstock. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way here. I got too many things on the table. Okay, so I just started with a piece of white cardstock for the base of the card. And then I'm using the Tidings of Christmas Designer Series paper. So this is just a 1.5 inch wide and it's 5.5 inches long. So it's just going to go on the right side of the card front. So if you don't have this bundle, you can do this with any designer paper that you have. So remember, the designs I'm showing you, you really can use with any stamp set. I'm just featuring the Tidings of Christmas with this one. And then I just cut a 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch piece of a different piece of that pattern paper. And then I'm gonna put that in the middle, but I'm gonna have it come off the left side. So that's gonna be kind of our little mat in the back. And then I just cut a 3 by 3 inch piece of white cardstock. And so we'll do some stamping on that. I'm just going to bring back some scrap paper here. So the colors in this particular suite include soft succulent and evening evergreen. There's some Sahara sand, some cherry cobbler. So I'm just going to use a variety of different colors here. I'm actually going to I think we're going to use the evening evergreen this time to stamp our greeting. So let me just practice, make sure I got it right. Oh, got to get a little more ink on there. See, that's why I have to practice. So hopefully I'll be able to do it better this time. There we go. Always practice. Okay, so this one I did in soft succulent, but here I just did it in a different color, just to kind of bring out some of the color of the designer paper. And then I'm just going to use some of the images from the set to just add a little bit of design here on this white cardstock piece. So I'm using some cherry cobbler is the first one. We'll just stamp these using some cherry cobbler. And then we'll add some leaves using that soft succulent. Oop, I better get some ink on there first, right? And then that one. And then we'll add one more over here, kind of coming down off the side. All right, so let me get this scrap out of here. And, oh, where's my card base? Here's my card base. So bring back that card base. And now you can just take this piece that you did the stamping on and just add it right in the center of that designer paper. So it just kind of mats it out really nice and gives it a fun look. And then one of the other things with this particular bundle, there's a variety of different die cut images in here, but these are just some cute little stars, so I'm going to add these. I cut them out of some gold foil paper. So you can use gold foil paper, you can use glimmer paper, you can use regular cardstock. So we'll just add these. And then we'll add some embellishments. So it's just a really pretty and simple card idea. And it's a great way to show off your, pattern papers that you have. So there you go. And let's add our little metallic pearls here. So these are just little gold metallic pearls. And that's it. So very pretty. All right, so let me show you the other cards. So these are the other cards that we're featuring in the class. So these all use the Tidings of Christmas bundle. And so there's card kit options, there's full class options if you don't have the bundle. The card kit options are great if you have the bundle already, because then I just send you the pieces and you can use the bundle and stamp, your greetings and all of that. So just some fun designs in this particular class. So there's lots of different options. All right, so that's a look at that class. And then let's bring out the last one here. So the last one is one of my favorites. I like the Peaceful Deer. So if you haven't seen this in the little mini catalog, this one's really cute. There's lots of different options. So I'm actually using some of the Celebration paper. I know Celebration has ended, but the paper coordinates really nicely with this particular bundle, and the cards turned out super cute. So I'm going to show you those. And here is the Peaceful Deer. This is what the stamp set looks like. Now the bundle actually comes with a punch. So you have the stamp set, and then you have this little punch that punches out the deer, and then the antlers if you want to add the antlers. So that's what we're going to use. So I'll put this to the side. So for this one I started out with Sahara Sand for the base of my card. And I did the same kind of thing that I did earlier with the pumpkins. So if you joined me earlier, I did a lot of sponging around the edges of my cardstock. And so I'm going to do the same thing here. Just kind of sponge around and add, a little bit of antiquing to give this a worn look. So I'm just going to sponge around the whole entire cardstock. It just creates a nice little frame too for your designer paper. So we'll add that. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so that is what the base looks like. And then I have a couple different pieces here. So this piece is from the designer paper, the Celebration designer paper. So this is just 1.5 by 4.5. And so this is just going to get adhered to the left side. So I'm going to add that right away. And then I just cut a this is a 3 by 4 inch piece of the deer pattern. And so that's going to get adhered right here on the card. But first we're going to do a little bit of stamping on it. So it has some deer in the background. I'm going to grab my little stamping pad here. And I'm going to add my greeting first. I always have to make sure I have room for my greeting. I think I used a darker Hold on one second. Hold the phone. It almost looks like I used a darker ink, so let me just double check here. All right, I have my gray ink that I'm going to put on there. So we'll stamp this. And then we are going to stamp some little trees. So in this particular bundle, there are a bunch of different trees. So I'm just going to use some garden green to add some trees. And then I'll add this one down here. And then there's a little set of trees that you can use. So yes, you can stamp on your pattern paper. All right. So there we go. I'll wash that off in a minute. All right, so now that I have my stamping on there, I'm just going to add some more of this ink all the way around this piece. And I'm actually going to sponge it on the piece a little bit just to kind of make it look a little bit more worn. Because this pattern paper happens to be pretty bright, so. And we can just rub a little bit on there. And that looks pretty good. So we can add that. We'll add that to the card front. And then in this particular pack of paper, so on the back of where this plaid is, there's a little plaid deer. So it actually fits perfectly into this punch. So I just decided to punch this out to add to the card. And then I'm also going to just sponge a little bit on here. You can see it's pretty bright. It's got that white behind it, so we'll just soften that a little bit with some of this Sahara Sand ink, and then we can add it to the card. And let's do this. So I am going to pop it up on the card. So this is one of my favorites from this particular set. Should have used a darker ink. I think I might have to add more ink to my ink pad. All right, so then the couple things I did, just put together some little linen thread here tied into a bow, and then I just adhere that to the card with a little glue dot. And then I like leaving long tails here on my linen thread, but you can shorten it up as much as you want. And then we'll just add a couple more of these little pearls here, and that's it. So there you go. Cute. All right, so let me move this to the side. So this is one of the bonus card ideas in this particular Christmas class. And so here are some of the other ideas. So the punch cuts out this little deer. So when you stamp it on, I stamped it on some crumb cake cardstock. So when you stamp it on the crumb cake, you don't have to do any coloring. My favorite. So it's kind of a nice way to, you know, just add a little embellishment. So these are some of the cards from the class and from the tutorial. All right, so I'm going to move those out of the way. I'm going to bring back these other cards. Where'd it go? Here it is. All right, so there's just a couple Christmas card ideas for you. So if you are not sure what to do for Christmas cards, take a look at some of the classes that I'm offering. Everything gets sent directly to you, so you can just, stamp in the comfort of your own home. It's whenever you want to stamp, it's all, at your convenience. So there's a variety of different options and just lots of fun card ideas. So if you need some ideas, if you have these bundles and you need some ideas, check out the classes. Um, and I think that's all I have for you guys today. So again, I've linked to the classes in the description below this video. And I hope you guys have a wonderful World Card Making Day. And I hope you're able to spend some time stamping and putting together a variety of cards today. So have a wonderful day, everyone. And I will not be doing a video tomorrow because I came live today, but I will be back again next week with some more fun videos. So take care, everybody, and have a great week.